We're about to celebrate our finest number crunchers with the Deloitte Top 200 Chief Financial Officer of the Year Award. Please welcome the Honourable Grant Robertson, Minister of Finance, to the stage to present this award.
Tonight we recognise a Chief Financial Officer whose performance in the previous year has been frankly outstanding. Those nominated tonight have demonstrated an ability to steady the ship in good and bad financial times. This award aims to highlight and honour a CFO whose influence and stewardship has led to increased value and success for the organisation's stakeholders. Our judges assess the financial performance of the organisation under the direction of the CFO, their demonstrated contribution to sustainable value for shareholders, and their communication and strategic planning capabilities. Tonight's very deserving nominees are
John Raby, ASB. John joined ASB in 1999 as a finance manager and steadily rose through the ranks, becoming the Chief Financial Officer 6 years ago. The bank's profit doubled over this period to more than $1 billion. Raby is an integral part of the management team at ASB, respected by other banks, colleagues, CEOs and directors. Mark Royal, Freightways. Mark Royal has been CFO at Freightways for more than 10 years, over which time the company's net profit has more than doubled. 8 years ago, Freightways reported a net profit after tax of $29 million. This year, its net profit hit $62 million. Over the same period, revenue rose from $328 million to $581 million, much to its shareholders' delight. Mark is highly respected as a CFO who thoroughly understands the business. Nigel Greenwood, Synlait Milk. Synlait CFO Nigel Greenwood is a hard worker who gets the job done. Since going public in 2013, Synlait's market capitalisation has risen from $322 million to just over $1.5 billion. Nigel has helped oversee subsequent capital raisings and Synlait's investment in new plants. He is well regarded by banks and those he works with, both at Synlait and across the business community.
Congratulations to the finalists, and now it's over to the Minister to announce our award.
Kia ora koutou katoa. The winner of the 2018 Chief Financial Officer of the Year is John Raby, ASB.
We picked John Raby, CFO of ASB, as our 2018 CFO of the Year from our list of very capable finalists. He was simply superb in the dual role of the CFO. First, as being the leader of the finance function, and second, by creating shareholder value as a key advisor to the CEO and lead team. John has spent close to 20 years at CBA and ASB and has been CFO for the last 6 years at ASB. In both of these key roles of CFO, John has excelled. As leader of finance, John has always thoroughly understood the numbers and has even been the conscience of ASB in key areas of compliance. As shareholder value creator, John has led ASB's strategy around margin management, which is a key profitability driver for banks, and has driven ASB's strong absolute and relative profitability in New Zealand's financial services sector. During John's 6-year tenure as CFO, ASB has improved its earnings by close to $500 million. Whether one talks to colleagues, CEOs, investment banks, or directors, John is viewed as an extraordinarily capable CFO by all stakeholders. Congratulations to John Raby, the 2018 Deloitte Top 200 CFO of the Year.
Thank you very much. The Minister of Finance, the Right Honourable Grant Robertson. Look, this is a great honour and more than a little humbling. When you work for a great New Zealand organisation like ASB and you've got over 4,800 team members coming to work every day, absolutely passionate about the bank's purpose, which is accelerating financial progress for all New Zealanders, you know, it's the power of the collective that's so much more than any individual effort. So I feel I need to share this award with each and every one of those 4,800 odd team members. As usual, there's a long list of acknowledgements tonight to, firstly to Deloitte and NZ, me, and all the sponsors, thank you so much for this opportunity to recognise New Zealand business performance and to have a category for CFOs. To my fellow finalists, Mark and Nigel, I believe it is, congratulations on your own outstanding stories within your businesses. I read your commendations with great admiration. To the judging panel, your professional and business pedigree makes this award so incredibly special from my perspective, so thank you very much for choosing me. You know, I've been very fortunate to work with some exceptional executives at the bank over the last 4 to 6 years, and you know, they've been very gracious in listening to some of my perspectives and occasionally helping me execute on a few of them. There are 2 CEOs I've worked for at that time I should call out, because the relationship between a CFO and a CEO is incredibly important. Both Barbara Chaplin and Victoria Short have put incredible trust in me and given me the space to do what I think needed to be done. I also have to acknowledge circa 180 very committed financial services team members in ASB who cover the core areas of finance, treasury, procurement and property, and they've all made a real difference, and they are the reason I'm up here tonight. In particular, I've been lucky enough to attract a great team of leaders about me who've brought into a vision and strategies about making a real difference across many areas of the business. They've been fantastic to lead, and it's them and their teams that have really delivered the value and the reason I'm here tonight. Just 2 very quick final thank yous to somebody who's not here tonight. My executive PA, Avadni, who on a daily basis performs miracles and magic in impossible circumstances. A huge thank you. And then the most important thank you tonight is for my partner Annabelle and my family, some of who are here tonight. You know, Annabelle sits at the sharp end of my absences due to work commitments and keeps everything moving on the home front, so thank you, honey. And thank you all. I'm really thrilled with this award. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Minister, and congratulations to John on this outstanding achievement. Well, we've reached the penultimate award for tonight, the Deloitte Top 200 Deloitte and ServiceNow Chief Executive of the Year Award. Please welcome Thomas Pipos from Deloitte and David Oakley from ServiceNow to the stage to present this award.
Striving to make an impact that matters, Deloitte is honoured to recognise New Zealand's outstanding business leaders with the vision and courage to tackle the big issues and successfully steer their companies into the future. Making work better for people, ServiceNow is delighted to co-sponsor the Chief Executive of the Year Award, acknowledging those business leaders who endeavour to continuously improve, transform and build the future of work.
This highly sought-after award recognises the best performance by a chief executive in the past year. Our judges have taken a careful look at the performance of the winner's organisation and the extent to which they have contributed to that performance and the current strategy. Our judges also placed a strong importance on the regard in which the winner is held by peers. Previous winners include Christopher Luxon, Mike Bennett and Simon Mutter. Not a bad Hall of Fame to be joining.
Not bad at all. This evening our Chief Executive of the Year finalists are
Russell Creedy, Restaurant Brands New Zealand. After taking over as CEO in 2007, Russell has seen Restaurant Brands enjoy significant growth and returns for investors. He attributes this to the strengths of his management team and a change in his leadership style, allowing a strategic focus onto offshore expansion. Restaurant Brands have made lucrative moves into Australia and Hawaii, which Russell says will underpin ongoing growth for the company. Fraser Winneray, Mercury New Zealand. Since joining Mercury in 2014, Fraser has overseen a successful rebranding of the former Mighty River Power brand. Mercury has delivered record earnings in 2018 with solid dividend growth. In addition, Fraser has been a leader in promoting sustainability. Mercury's electricity generation is now fully renewable. Fraser committed to transitioning at least 30% of Mercury's fleet to electric vehicles and has seen Mercury exceed its target. Xavier Simone, Kathmandu. Xavier has delivered strong share market returns at Kathmandu since taking on the chief executive role just over 3 years ago. Under his leadership, Kathmandu has had a record year, growing after-tax profit by 33% and is now eyeing up further expansion into the Northern Hemisphere after acquiring Oboz Footwear in the US.
Congratulations to our finalists on this well-deserved nomination. I see Restaurant Brands KFC. This is your best customer right here. It is now time to hand over to Thomas and David to announce our winner.
The winner of the 2018 Deloitte and ServiceNow Chief Executive of the Year is
Russell Creedy, Restaurant Brands New Zealand.
I think I'm ready for it.
Russell Creedy has delivered significant growth in returns for investors in Restaurant Brands, the company which is the franchise holder for KFC, Pizza Hut, Carl's Jr., Taco Bell, and until recently, Starbucks. Its shares are worth around 900% more now than they were when Russell took over as chief executive in 2007, following a long period in which the company had struggled to perform. He attributes the excellent long-term performance of Restaurant Brands to having a very good management team in place and managing the business well. When asked about the secret of a successful turnaround of the fast food franchisor, Russell was characteristically understated, saying, "There's no silver bullet or magic formula for doing this kind of business well. It's a very competitive, well-established business, and it can be a bit of a grind at times." Russell's leadership style has evolved over the years. With a strong team in place and local operations performing well, it's enabled him to spend more time on strategic thinking. This has enabled Restaurant Brands to make expansive and thus far highly lucrative moves into acquiring the KFC business in Australia and Taco Bell and Pizza Hut businesses in Hawaii, which he says has been the highlight over the past year and which will underpin ongoing growth for the company. Russell Creedy, this year's Deloitte Top 200 CEO of the Year, has certainly delivered great returns for investors.
Wow, that's great, thank you. The closest KFC is about 500 metres that way, and there's one about 800 metres that way. So, well, thank you to Deloitte and ServiceNow for sponsoring the CEO of the Year Award, and for NZME and all the sponsors who've made this event possible. Congratulations to Fraser Winray, Mercury, and Xavier Simone of Kathmandu on your nominations for this award as well. My wife and I are long-standing shareholders in both of your companies, and the reason is because you basically have consistently delivered to shareholders over the years, so just please keep up the excellent business performance and hope to see you back here next year. Recognition as CEO of the Year is certainly a great highlight for my working career. It's been a real privilege to work for a fantastic New Zealand company like Restaurant Brands, and has really only been possible with the support of a great board of directors who found it to place their trust in me. Also, a great management team, including Grant Ellis, our CFO, who was nominated last year. I was nominated this year for CFO. But fantastic management team, Restaurant Brands, and I'd also like to acknowledge the fantastic encouragement and belief in me of my wonderful wife, Linda. Restaurant Brands is a company with vision, skill, strategy, and the ambition to continue growing responsibly and have the courage and capability to succeed in international markets. When it comes to building a great food business like we have, there are no silver bullets. There's no magic formula. It just comes down to building great teams, teams with passion and a love for the business. Thank you again for the recognition. Good evening.
That's a finger-licking good acceptance speech, I think. Thanks, Thomas and David, and congratulations to our Chief Executive of the Year, Russell Creedy. Congratulations, everyone. We've made it to our final award for the evening, the Best Dressed MC category. There are 2 nominees tonight.
But only one clear winner. Our final award of the evening is the Deloitte Top 200 Deloitte Digital and Marsh Company of the Year Award. Please welcome Cobus Schultz, Deloitte Consulting Managing Partner, and Richard Sheehan from Marsh to the stage to present our final award for the evening.
Helping organisations on their digital journey, Deloitte Digital is proud to celebrate the exceptional companies leading the way for New Zealand.
Tonight's Company of the Year award
recognises
recognises
risk advice and insurance. Marsh celebrates 60 years of doing business in Aotearoa. We believe it's important to give back to the business community and acknowledge its successes, so are proud to support the Company of the Year award.
Now I go. Tonight's Company of the Year award recognises exceptional organisational performance from the previous year. While the judging criteria includes the latest financial measures, it's not just about how good the books look. Our judges also looked at our nominees' corporate reputation, their approach to environmental management, human resource management, and more.
Our finalists are
Restaurant Brands New Zealand. Restaurant Brand's successful overseas expansion impressed the judges with its skillful execution. Last month, Mexico's Finaccess Capital made a $881.5 million bid for 3/4 of the firm. The bid values Restaurant Brands at $1.18 billion, a healthy premium, especially taking into account the delivery of total shareholder returns in excess of 30% per annum for the past 5 years. Tata Cooperative Dairy Company. The Morrinsville-based dairy cooperative impressed the judges with its consistent delivery for some time of $1 to $2 more per kilogram of milk solids than its rivals each season. This year, the company achieved a record revenue of $357 million and earnings of $127 million, resulting in a payout of $8.10 per kilogram of milk solids to its shareholder farmers, a significant premium over any other dairy cooperative in New Zealand. Zespri International. Zespri's profit increase of 38% in the last year is a testament to the success of its long-term strategy and dedication to innovation. The company's expansion of its Sun Gold variety has met burgeoning demand and premium prices in the market. While this began earlier, it's contributed to a huge recovery since the PSA outbreak in 2010. The judges view Zespri's continued growth as a great success story for New Zealand innovation.
Congratulations to our finalists. And now over to Cobus and Richard to announce our winner.
And the winner of the 2018 Deloitte Digital and Marsh Company of the Year is
Zespri International.
Zespri is a classic New Zealand innovation success story. Zespri has had a strong performance as a cooperative in 2 key measures for both its kiwi fruit shareholders and also its growers. First, it's paid its growers record payments on a per hectare basis for both its pea, green and gold varieties. Returns have more than doubled for green kiwi fruit and are up 300% for gold. Second, it's lifted profits by 38% to $102 million in 2018 on $2.4 billion of sales, and it expects higher returns again in 2019. The company is forecasting earnings of up to $180 million and a dividend per share of up to $1.40, compared to 76 cents per share last season. The company's 2,500 growers have every reason to smile at that sort of performance, and it's one reason why Zespri snared top honours in this year's awards. These returns represent the culmination of Zespri's long-term strategy and dedication to innovation. Zespri's premium brand-led strategy has seen the expansion of its Sun Gold variety to meet burgeoning demand in global markets. Developed in response to the PSA outbreak in 2010, SunGold has played a key part in the company's turnaround since the bacteria ravaged the industry. The fruit is increasingly popular in the important Chinese and Japanese markets and is forecast to become even more lucrative for growers. Over the past 5 years, Zespri's total shareholder return has increased at a compound average rate of 80% per annum. The kiwi fruit industry is an outstanding example of how to add value to primary sector exports and is a great success story for New Zealand innovation. The judges congratulate Chairman Peter McBride, Chief Executive Dan Matheson, directors, management and staff on an outstanding and sustained achievement. Zespri is the 2018 Deloitte Top 200 Company of the Year.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I feel deeply privileged to be accepting this award on behalf of Zespri in the company of tonight's other finalists, Tata and Restaurant Brands, two outstanding organisations with outstanding performance, and also the wider business community here tonight. So many New Zealand businesses are doing so well out there and here in New Zealand and around the world, and it's fantastic to be part of this vibrant community. I also want to acknowledge the sponsors, Deloitte and Deloitte Digital and Marsh, and the organisers and the judges tonight. We usually are pretty shy about celebrating business success here in New Zealand, and we need to do more of it. So I really want to thank all of those people that have put this on tonight. There's around 17,000 people that work across the New Zealand kiwi fruit industry, and you'll be happy to know that I'm not going to thank everyone individually. But all of their collective effort is why Zespri is here tonight. Instead, I'm going to narrow it down to 4 key groups. Firstly, the nearly 2,500 New Zealand kiwi fruit growers. These were the people that had the foresight to establish Zespri and collectively invest in a marketing company to take their product to the world. They did so they could ensure their marketer always knows who it works for, and so that it can strive to do the best it can to bring home value to its growers, to the owners, and to all of the communities across New Zealand and around the world that support our industry. Secondly, I want to support our partners in the post-harvest sector. They work tirelessly, incredible hours to ensure that our quality is upkept, and that only the best quality kiwi fruit makes it to the supermarket shelves around the world. And thirdly, I wanted to to thank our external partners, many of them who are here tonight in the technology and corporate services space, but also the hundreds of retail and distribution companies that we work with around the world, Plant and Food Research and Kiwi Fruit, Vine Health. And finally, I want to thank the Zespri team from the governance level, and it's really great to see our inspirational chairman be so well recognised tonight with Chairman of the Year, as well as our leadership team and all of the people that work here in New Zealand, and our Centre of Excellence hub in Singapore, and our 22 offices around the world. I have an absolute honour of working with some incredibly driven, innovative and passionate people across Zespri. Collectively, we are focusing on taking this little hairy brown fruit that actually looks more like a potato than a fruit, and we are turning it into one of the top New Zealand consumer food brands and also one of the most recognised fruit brands in the world's fruit bowl today. We have come a long way and overcome many challenges in our history, but we still have so much more to do to keep growing in a healthy and sustainable way. So please keep a lookout for us and continue to support us, because Zespri kiwi fruit, the fruit that holds our Kiwi name and takes a little bit of New Zealand to the millions of fruit bowls around the world, certainly still the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Great use of props, great speech. Thanks, Cobus and Richard, and congratulations to Zespri International on this outstanding achievement. And so we reach the end of this year's awards, and what a year it has been. With unemployment at a 10-year low, even Simon Bridges is struggling to find fault with the economy. New Zealand's economic performance is testament to businesses like yours that meet challenges head-on, that value staff and agile thinking, and have clear strategies for coping with whatever lies ahead.
To our sponsors, our judges, our nominees, and you all here tonight, thank you for making this night a success once again. Upon leaving tonight, please pick up your copy of the Dynamic Business in the foyer, highlighting all our winners and finalists this evening. Have a fantastic and safe Christmas and New Year, and we look forward to seeing you back here next year for the 30th Annual Deloitte Top 200 Awards.
Good night.
Good night. Ka kite anō.